What is good, brother?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just hanging outside in my car.
So we're talking about these forest fires today, right?
Yeah. Man, it's been crazy. I'm in East Tennessee, down by Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and all that. And
Uh-huh.
yesterday we had all these wildfires break out, and like, dude, there's a lot of damage. Like it got crazy. They sent in the National Guard, and like it was bad.
Yeah, I was worried about you, brother.
I packed up all my things, all my valuable stuff, so basically just my guitars. Um, I think I got them all loaded up into the car in case I had to, bail, but, luckily I didn't have to. Uh, I got up, I went to school in the morning, and like I thought it was really cold, so I thought it was starting to snow,
Yeah.
but it wasn't snow though, it was like ash just falling from the sky. And, I went into class and the sky was blue or whatever, and then I came out of class like an hour and a half later, and like the whole sky was just brown. Like it was just this ugly brown yellowish color, and it was just like ashes falling from the sky. It looked like a volcano went off somewhere, and like it was bad. And so I get home and I realize, the chimney tops were on fire. I'm like, all right, well that's far enough away, it shouldn't affect me. But then like we all this wind came, and it was like 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and it was just blowing the fire, and it just kept getting closer and closer.
Wow.
And then before I knew it, like the spur was on fire, which is the road that connects Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and like all
Do we got like news coverage of this? Like this has got to be a big thing, right?
like it was number one trending on Facebook yesterday. I don't know if it still is or not, but last night I know when I went on Facebook, it was number one trending on Facebook. And, I know all the local news stations were covering it. I don't know if the public news stations were covering it or not, like the national
Mhm.
ones. But I seen Donald Trump. He sent out his support. I think he actually called the mayor of Gatlinburg to see if there's anything he could do to help. At least that's what I heard. Um, yeah, it was bad. And then I know a
Yeah,
lot of
the New
people.
York Times says the wildfires force evacuations. It was like driving into hell.
Yeah, have you seen the videos?
Like that's what I'm looking at right now.
Dude, watch. I'm gonna see if I can find this one video I watched. These guys were driving, and they were driving they were on the mountain, and they were trying to drive down, get out of there, and like they're driving one way, and like this power line falls or a tree or something falls, it blocks their way, so they had to turn around, and they go through this other place, and it looked like they were driving through hell. It was just fire everywhere, like they were driving through a fire, smoke everywhere, fire.
We got
Like you could,
a father who evacuee takes shelter from wildfire. Like this guy lost his daughter in the fire.
yeah. There's 3 people confirmed dead so far.
Yeah, like there's a guy looking for his wife and his daughter after a
Yeah,
fire. The
yup.
Gatlinburg fire victims, houses destroyed, relatives
Yeah, there's
missing.
over like I think all in all over 15,000 acres burned, and like there are a lot of buildings that burned. Like half the town's just gone, dude. It's just burned down. Westgate Resort's gone. Park Vista Hotel's gone. There's countless people that lost their homes. All these cabin resorts, they're all burned away. People lost their cars, all their items, like their animals died. Like,
Yeah, we got the WM or WPMT Fox 43 saying that the Gatlinburg fire victims, houses destroyed and relatives still missing.
yeah, like it's. I know a couple of people personally who lost everything, like their entire house gone. Like everything they own is gone. Like they lost their cat, died. Like everything's just gone. It's bad. And like I packed up my stuff because the fire got within 10 minutes of my house.
Wow.
So I was freaking out a little bit there for a minute, and I was like, I packed my stuff, and like I was like, that fire gets any closer, I'm gone. Like I'm just hitting the road and just driving off in the opposite direction as far as I can get, because I can't. The way I would need to go, would there be so much traffic that I just get stuck because everyone's evacuating. The traffic's crazy, so I can't go that way.
So what
So
do you
I'd have to
think?
go.
So what do you think caused all this? What do you think caused the fires? Is it the intense
No,
humidity, or is it?
no. Well, a couple of that. Well, number one, we've had a drought here in Tennessee. Like it hasn't rained significantly in like 6 months.
Yeah.
So everything's really dry. And now, from what I've heard, it was started by humans. There was arsonists or a couple of arsonists that started. They've been going around. They've been starting all these fires everywhere. I've heard that. From what I've heard, there are these arsonists that are like setting fires in Israel. They're setting fires in California, and now they're setting fires. They've started setting fires in Tennessee, and
Like now, okay. Now this is from my experience, my extent of being in 10 months in Iraq, the U.S. military, that whole shebang bang. Okay, this is my experience, right? Okay, these shootings at these schools, these shootings everywhere, these a lot of this stuff is just orchestrated by our own government. Okay, but this fire thing, that sounds like some real fucking terrorism right there.
I don't,
It does. Because because when I was in Iraq, that was the type of things they would do.
Yeah.
They would just burn things. Like you use something simple. See, the terrorist tactics are very basic. Like they're not like thinkers. They're not over here menacing, diabolical, sinister schemes. Like they keep it real simple. They burn your stuff. You're done. You have nothing.
Exactly.
So
and
like
it's just sad
you telling me this, like that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, and it's like millions and millions in damage. Half the national park is gone, like 15,000 acres, and it's like imagine like all that damage caused by one or two people.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's that's the mess. Like I hope they catch them. I don't know if they did. I don't know if they caught them. I don't know if they have any leads. I don't know. What's going on as far as that's concerned. But if there are arsonists on the loose, I hope they catch it, and I hope they go to jail for the rest of their life. But that is just ridiculous.
Like that sounds like some what terrorists would really do. They wouldn't do these shootings or nothing like that. They keep their stuff basic.
Yeah. So
like I'm looking at some of these Gatlinburg videos, and man, just acres of forest just burning.
Yeah, it's just gone. Like it's crazy. And here where I'm at in my apartment, all day it's just I couldn't go outside because there's just too much smoke, and it's just like you walk outside and it's like walking into a bonfire. You're like when you're having a bonfire and like the wind changes directions, like all the smoke blows into your face. Like that's what it's like just to walk outside. Like it's fire. Like you're just smoke everywhere, and I'm watching the news. I'm like, it just keeps getting closer and closer, and the winds just keep picking up and getting stronger. And it reached Wares Valley, and it reached Dollywood, and Dollywood's only 10 minutes from my house, so it's like they got that close.
Dollywood is beautiful. I'm looking at pictures of it right now.
Yeah, and so it's that's when I started to get worried. But then luckily I got real lucky because as soon as it got like around Dollywood, it started raining. And like this rain is a miracle, I swear, because we have seriously not gotten rain in like 6 months. And like last night when all these fires were going, like it just started downpouring, and it rained all night. And I was like, we needed it then more than ever. So thank God that we got the rain when we did, because if not, my apartment probably wouldn't be here.
Well, I'm glad you're safe, brother.
Yeah, me too. But it's crazy. And then people are volunteering. I've seen a lot of people on Facebook. They're like, if anybody needs a place to stay, if your house, if you got evacuated, come down here, because all of Gatlinburg was evacuated. Half of Pigeon Forge got evacuated. Um, they canceled school. Canceled school. There were schools that burned down. They're like just building. So many people are out of jobs now. Like,
well, I can imagine there's as many houses and buildings and things that it would burn down. You wouldn't.
All those businesses that are destroyed, like.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And so a lot of people.
So we've got schools canceled. We've got work canceled. What else is being canceled or done to stop the fires from spreading?
Well, we got obviously the firefighters have been working like countless hours, and they even brought in all the firefighters and police officers and everything from several different counties and different cities. Like we got firefighters all the way from Chattanooga coming all the way out here to help fight fires. And we got helicopters. We got the rain was the biggest help, but we got all these different people. We got people volunteering to help out, donate food, donate money to people who lost their homes. People volunteer to evacuate all the animal shelters to save all the animals.
Just imagine what that's got to be like, man.
Oh, I mean, know. It's gotta be crazy.
Your house catches on fire. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, you're helpless. That's why I was prepared. Like, as soon as I seen that these fires, I'm like, I'm not losing any of my stuff. Like, I'm getting all my important papers, getting my laptop, getting my guitars, all my expensive items that have any type of value, and I'm loading them up in my car. Because if I'm going, they're going too. And I'm lucky because I don't own a lot of things. Like my roommate, he has so much stuff. Like, he's older than I am, so he's had a lot more time to build his collection.
Yeah, but I think air signs, for the most part, they tend to collect things more. I've noticed that. Like Aquariuses, Geminis, Libras, they like collecting things. Like we're like us Leos, like we keep it light, man. I mean, we got like a bag of clothes and a guitar.
That's literally what I moved to Tennessee with. I had a bag of clothes.
Like that's what I came home from Iraq with. Well, what I came home from, the military with.
Yeah. So I'm lucky because when I go, like everything I own goes with me because I don't have a lot of stuff. Like he would have lost everything he owned. I told him, I'm like, look, just make sure your dogs are ready to go and make sure your important, papers and your most valuable items that you cherish the most are just like, put them in your truck. That way, if you have to go, you go. You'll lose a lot of things, but, take the things with you that aren't replaceable.
Exactly.
Anything you have that's sentimental, things that you can't replace, things that are worth a lot of money, whatever. I'm not talking about your TV or your Xbox or whatever. I'm talking about like for me, my guitars. Like that's my prized possessions are my guitar. Yeah, I can go buy a new guitar, but I'll never have that first original Les Paul that I got.
Dude, like especially that cut of the wood. I mean, it's one of those things. Like every guitar is one of a kind.
Exactly. Like my artwork, my paintings and stuff like that. I could, I like those, but I can do without those. I can paint those again. A canvas is like $15. I can buy some paint. I can redo those, but I can't replace my first ever guitar. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that was my advice to him, was to just get the things that you can't replace.
Oh,
Now,
check this article out, bro.
what?
Dolly Parton heartbroken by wildfires torching her hometown, from the Albany Times Union. It says country singer Dolly Parton says she's heartbroken about the wildfires that tore through Tennessee country, where she grew up. So she actually grew up in Tennessee.
Yeah,
But
she grew up like right down the street from me, like 10 minutes away.
yeah, I believe that's what probably the reason why she built Dollywood there.
Well, she owns a lot of property, a good portion of the businesses in this area of Tennessee are owned by Dolly. Like, without Dolly, the economy here, without Dollywood and all the businesses that Dolly owns, like, our economy wouldn't be anything. Like we wouldn't have a lot to go on. And like, I have a feeling like my work is going to be dead for the next couple months, because nobody's going to come. Like, all the tourism that we got, like, that's gone
Yeah.
now. Like, half the city's burned down. There's not a lot to come check out anymore. You can come see the mountains, but you're going to just see a lot of burned down trees. Like,
Mm-hmm.
People came in October to see the mountains and all the leaves changing colors, and now it's like all it is now is a bunch of ashes and burnt down cabins and houses. Like, it's sad.
Yeah, it says here that in the 1980s, she partnered with Hershen family, who ran the park, then known as Silver Dollar City. It opened
Yep.
up under the new name of Dollywood in 1986. Fun fact.
Yep. Going strong ever since.
So
No, and
that's incredible, man.
yeah, Dollywood drives most of the economy around here. Because if Dollywood's busy, then everything else is going to be busy. And a lot of other businesses base their schedule around Dollywood's schedule. Now, we had a lot of great people volunteering and helping with the animal shelters, and the Hatfields and McCoy's dinner show. They were cooking food free for everybody. The community center was taking in refugees, and the LeConte center, they were taking in people. So we had a lot of shelters. A lot of places opening up their doors and taking in people that were evacuated. And I thought that was really cool. But then you also had some like really horrible people that didn't help at all and made things worse, like my neighbors, for instance. Oh, I have the worst neighbors. Like, seriously, I have the worst neighbors. Uh, there are these two girls that live behind me, and they oh, I wonder if they're doing it. Sorry, I see my roommate come out of the apartment. He's walking back behind the apartments. They might be doing it again. Last night, in the midst of all the smoke and all the fires and all the pouring rain, my neighbor left her dogs out all night outside, chained them to a post, both of them, and just let them out there for like 12 hours, no food, no water, just breathing in all that smoke and just sitting in the rain. Like, it was so bad. And I hear it now, they let him outside again tonight, because I seen my roommate. He just came out of the apartment with his flashlight. I'm sitting outside in my car to not disturb him talking on the phone while he's trying to sleep. But he just came out, and he's going around back to their house to knock on their door to tell them, hey, look, you need to let your dogs in. You can't leave them out all night, every night, barking, because they are just barking and whining all through the night for like 12 hours straight, and they just neglected them, didn't even care.
Wow.
Like, not only is that animal abuse, but that's like noise pollution, and you're keeping up everybody else at night. All these people who are already stressed out about the fires, now they can't sleep because your dogs are barking nonstop all through the night, keeping everybody up. Like, it's ridiculous. And I can hear them barking now. Like, it's just like some people, I can't, like, people like that shouldn't be allowed to own dogs. They shouldn't be allowed to own any pets. If you're not going to take care of them and you're just going to neglect them like that and abuse them like that and leave them out in the rain and smoke, you don't deserve to have it.
Exactly.
It's just horrible.
I agree. I think that the neglect of animals is unreal.
Hold on. Are their dogs out again? Hold on one sec. Are their dogs out again? Mm-hmm. Right. It is ridiculous. Yeah, take the dogs inside. They don't need, it's animal abuse to leave them out all night, every night. Exactly. Well, good. Hopefully they take them inside. Yeah, so I just talked to my roommate. Is what you heard. I don't know if you could hear any of that,
No,
but
I
I
couldn't.
talked to him, and he's like, yeah, he went and knocked on their door, and he started yelling at them. He was like, look, you need to take your animals inside, and like all the other people from all the other apartments started coming out too, and they were all siding with him. They're like, yeah, look, why are you leaving your dogs out all night? You're keeping everybody up all night. Like, this is happening in real time as I'm talking to you. Like, they're like, all the neighbors are rallying up against this one lady for leaving her dogs out overnight.
Oh
all night.
shit! Are you serious?
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, and we complained to the apartment, the owners, the people in the front office, like, as soon as they opened this morning, and they went and they talked to them, and it's like they don't care. They have no regard for anyone else. They're just,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave my dog out all night to bark and whine, keep you all up all night. Like,
Yeah. Another news report I'm just reading that says at least 100 structures damaged or destroyed.
yeah,
Wow.
Gatlinburg is pretty much, it's not gone, but it's a good portion of it is gone.
I mean, this is really good stuff for our radio show, because this is like it's a big trending news story, and it's happening literally in your backyard.
Yeah, I'm witnessing everything happening in real time. And it's
You're
crazy.
you're part of a serious event, bro.
Yeah, I missed school. Got canceled today because of it. The college closed down, and I didn't. Work was shut down, and everything was just. People are just mourning, and they're not. It's
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of dude. I'm looking at pictures of Gatlinburg, and there seems to be a lot of attractions and things in there.
There's a lot of tourist stuff. It's a tourist town.
And especially, once that fire gets going with all this different type of stuff, a lot of this stuff could be flammable.
Yeah.
You've got you've got this like resort / community resort with all these fancy things and then this beautiful countryside around it. So if something catches fire, that thing's gonna be caught.
Yeah, exactly. And
like that fire will get started and light it all up.
Yeah, and then a lot of these attraction everything, they're all kind of built around Dollywood. You have the park, you have the national park, the mountains, and then you have a theme park, and now you got your hotels, and then you start building all these other attractions around. Hop on that money train. But now a lot of them are gone. So
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah. So what should we call today's radio thing? What would we call this? The Gatlinburg fires?
Yeah. Gatlinburg fires, East Tennessee, wildfire emergency, anything like that'll work.
Yeah.
Do you have
any
final, any final thoughts on the whole?
Well, okay, like, it's like this, right? Like, when something like this happens, like, I think it's really amazing that Trump has come forward and is extending a hand to the governor of Gatlinburg, and I mean to the governor of Tennessee. Sorry. Take two. Let's roll camera again. I don't know. But anyways, the governor of Tennessee, and especially in a tragedy like this, like, people really need to come together, and they need to work together in these types of situations and not panic. I think from my experience of 3 years in the military, 10 months in Iraq, will tell me that in these life and death situations, life and death situations are a piece of cake for me. It's the everyday stuff that I struggle with. Like, in life or death situations, I'm the guy to have with you. I get people out of Dodge quickly as possible. As long as you follow my lead and you listen, we're good. I'll get you saved. You want to hem-haw around, you're going to end up dead. It's just how it is. You'll get left behind. But my point is that when people get into these types of situations, they need to learn to relax, take a deep breath, and focus on the task at hand, focus on getting out of there and getting as far away from there as possible. And I think staying calm can be difficult in these situations, but you have to look at the big picture,
Exactly. I think that's
I think people need to learn to come together more as a community, and especially in these times of crisis. People need to pull together and not get caught up in their emotions and their stuff, and focus on getting people out as quickly as possible.
Exactly. I know a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say about Trump, and no, he's not the perfect person. He has a lot of faults, but at least he's offering a helping hand in situations like this. And I hope what we get from Trump is exceeds the expectations of what people think, because most people are already assuming the worst for his presidency. And I hope they're proven wrong. I hope Trump ends up doing a good job. And, I hope. I
would just ask that they'd at least just give him a chance, and not, if he doesn't do exactly what you want, cut his throat. I mean, give him a chance.
Yeah, you don't have to 100% agree with everything somebody says, but at least let them let them do what they do. Let them focus on the good parts of what they do, and there's not a lot you can do about it at this point. So it's like, try to focus on what the good is, and if something gets out of line, yeah, you make your voice heard, speak up about it, but don't go overboard with every little thing that someone does that is slightly opposite, slightly different than how you would have done it. You know what I mean? Because people, a lot of people nowadays, it's like, if you disagree with them, like, to any degree, not even completely opposite, like, if you have one different viewpoint among, like, however many, they'll come at you, attack you for it. So you got to be careful, with people like that. But all in all, I'm glad we were able to come out of this crisis and, save and salvage what we could. And I'm glad that Trump offered helping hand, and I'm glad that our firefighters are working so hard to, keep these fires under wraps. So I'm grateful that I didn't lose anything. I'm grateful that I still have a place to live. So that's pretty much all I got to say about it.
I'm glad you're safe, brother, and I'm glad that you're staying okay out there.
Right. So I think that about covers it for today. So I guess
Alrighty.
Until next time.
I'm Spyke Vonshadow.
I'm Russell Hamill.